So when we're thinking about quadrilaterals, we know that a quadrilateral, quad means four. So all of these shapes are shapes that have four quadrilaterals, sides. So these are four-sided shapes. And these six quadrilaterals here are the main ones that we're going to hone in on and kind of think about what makes them unique. So when we have this top shape here, we know that it has four sides, obviously, and we can denote that by putting these hash marks. And if you have hash marks, all of them looking the same, with just one little tick, that means that all the side lengths are the same. And in this case, we see that this shape has four equal sides. It also has four right angles. So all of the angles inside of this shape are right angles, which we can denote with the little chair looking thing, right? So when a shape has four equal sides, all right angles, we know that this shape is called a square. So we have denoted it has all equal sides, all angles are a right angle. And the last thing to note is this vocab term of parallel. So the opposite sides are parallel and the opposite sides are parallel. So it has two sets of parallel sides. Just slightly different, right? We have this shape. It also has four sides. It also has two sets of parallel sides. And it has the four right angles. But what's slightly different, right, is that it's a little stretched out. So this you can denote with having sort of these two lines. These are equivalent, and these are equivalent side lengths. So when that is the case, we know that we have a rectangle. Opposite sides equal, all angles are right, and opposite sides are parallel. So this guy here is a special one. So this is called a trapezoid. And what's unique about a trapezoid is the angles don't necessarily matter. You'll see there aren't any right angles in a trapezoid because the top base and the bottom base are going to be different. That's the bottom base, are going to be different lengths. What is going to be the same, though, is you're always going to have these kind of connecting sides be the same length. Otherwise, it'll end up being this weird sort of lopsided thing, meaning that if it's lopsided, if these two orange lines aren't the same, then these blue lines can't be parallel. And you have to have one set of parallel lines in order to be a trapezoid. Up here we have a kite. So this, looks like it could have a little tail, woo, and like fly through the sky, right, on a windy day. It also has two sides that are adjacent, meaning they're like next door neighbors. They're touching, are the same length, and these are the same length, these other adjacent sides. The angles can be right angles, they can be not right angles, and we call it a kite. So two pairs of sides are equal length. The adjacent sides specifically are equal. We have here a rhombus. So in this shape, it kind of looks like a square, went through a windstorm, right? It doesn't have those 90-degree angles like up in our square, but it does have all sides are the same length. And all of those angles, then they don't have to be right angles. So in a rhombus, all sides are the same length. And just like in a square, we have the opposite sides are parallel. So it has two sets of parallel sides. These are parallel, and then these guys are parallel. Boop, boop. And finally, down, we've got a parallelogram. And this is sort of a broad shape, right? A rhombus can be a parallelogram, a rectangle can be a parallelogram, a square can be a parallelogram. All it means to be a parallelogram, or all that you need to join the parallelogram team, is to have two sets of parallel sides. So you need your opposite sides to be parallel. And here we go. And you need your opposite sides to be of equal length. So you need these lines to be equal length, and you need these sides to be of equal length. And that makes you a parallelogram.